Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. I look like I could use a shave. I have a function to attend tonight and I figured, why let a good shave go to waste? This is probably 3 days and it really needs to come off. And I don't have anything in mind currently on what to compare or to review. So I went into here down below my sink. I have those little plastic organizers with little drawers, and I have one drawer full with vintage razors, mostly Gillette. And one of my favorite vintage Gillettes is the Fatboy, this one here. There are a few different versions of the Fatboy. They were really popular. They are also as collector's items really popular because you can collect them by year. Gillette did a really good job of putting a date code underneath the razor so you can find out what month and year the razor was made. The adjustable Fatboy here, and then the slim, and then a few other adjustables over the years, they have become really popular for collectors. Of course, there are much more desirable and rare Gillette adjustables. So they have the top adjustable knob. There were versions where the adjuster was at the bottom. They had a toggle that tightened up the blade. So this is a twist to open plus adjustment mechanism, and they are really good razors. If you want to get into wet shaving but you don't know what kind of razor to buy as a beginner, just get yourself an inexpensive used Gillette adjustable off of eBay. This one here, the Fatboy, is probably in the $50 range. If you pull my drawer open here, if you buy yourself a slim, they are fairly similar but different, skinnier handle. They have about the same aggression level as a razor, and they are much cheaper. Sometimes you can get them for 20-30 bucks. And then you can just clean them up with a toothbrush and some dish soap. I always have some dish soap sitting here, and always a toothbrush just for my razors. And then dip it into some rubbing alcohol for a minute or so, that really all the cooties are dead. And then you can put a blade in there and off you go. And I haven't shaved with an adjustable Gillette in a while because I've constantly been reviewing brand new razors and doing comparisons and whatnot. But I don't want to underestimate or forget how nice it is to shave with such a simple device. They were not super expensive back when they were new in the 60s, or 50s, late 50s and 60s, but they are really good razors still. And let's say you have one from your grandfather or from your dad, and it's kind of grungy looking, and maybe the nickel plating has come off. There are places out there on the internet where you can send them in. They completely disassemble them. They take the old plating off and put new nickel plating on, and then they are just as new. For example, RazorEmporium is one of those places where RazorEmporium, you fill out a form, you tell them exactly what you want done. You can get them replated as factory, nickel plating, or you can get them gold plated or silver plated or some other plating, and they literally tune the razor back to its original shape. So if something is bent out of shape, they readjust that, and then they give them a new plating, and then those things look like brand new, and they will last another 50 years. So if you have something old sitting around and you haven't used it because it's kind of ugly, just send it into RazorEmporium. There's some other places. I don't have any personal experience with it. I have two adjustables. That puppy here, and where's the other one? Oh no, this is actually the good one. I have two, no. One is a little worn out finish down here, and this one is bent out of shape. And these are pretty much the last generation of Gillette adjustables. They are very inexpensive on eBay, and I'm planning on sending them in to RazorEmporium and getting them fixed up because I really like them and I like to preserve it. This one here, the slim, I already forgot what year it was. This is a date code. Where's my date code here? It's a E3. Need to look it up. I will put it on the screen right here. Really easy to find out what year this was made, actually what quarter and what year. I really like it. So we're just going to grab a blade, and I have a one-time used Dorco Super Sharp, which we're going to be dropping in here. And then I'm going to grab one of my very first shaving brushes, the KIKC Synthetic Knot. It's lightly dusty because I haven't used it in a while. I haven't filled my water here, so I'm just going to do that real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so the KIKC brush that I just showed you, it's literally a $10 brush off of Amazon, and the knot is really nice, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And my favorite shave soap, Proraso Green, here in this barbershop style cup, and we're just gonna lather up right away. I just took a shower, so my stubble should still be relatively soft. Proraso Green. Some people say it doesn't lather really well, but I say this must be technique, or maybe some people just don't like it. This has this light mentholated scent to it. It's a very pleasant scent, and it absolutely gives me no irritation. Absolutely love it. And unfortunately, I don't have Proraso Green aftershave currently, nor do I have the aftershave balm anymore. I used it all up. No big deal. We're just going to use this, and then we're going to use something else to put on for aftershave post-treatment. I love the scent of Proraso Green soap so much, and I think the slickness and the cushion and the the lathering of the soap is just sufficient. It's okay. I don't think it's the greatest, but it does it for me. All right. If you ever buy a Gillette Adjustable, it doesn't matter which generation, it's always a good idea to take the tightening mechanism loose a little bit and then do your adjustment here. We're going to go to number 3 and then tighten it back up. And actually, there is a moment where you touch and then you can turn it about another quarter of a turn, which then tensions the blade into its arched shape. Blade gap looks good, everything looks good, and we're just going to go shave with the grain. Has a little bit of a tinny sound to it because that's what it is. It's pressed sheet metal. It's brass actually. It's sheet brass and pressed into those shapes and then assembled, put together. They can be taken apart with a slight modification. RazorEmporium has a YouTube channel, and they have pretty good videos about that. They show also their replating process, how a razor arrives, what they do with it, the cleaning, the polishing of the surfaces. This Dorgo blade is doing really well. No tugging. Sorry for the background noise, family's at home. And the room right next door here is the kitchen, and every time someone opens and closes a cabinet, it's like boom, boom. Yeah, setting number 3. It's a pretty good medium setting, so this is from 1 through 9, so we're not quite at halfway. I wonder what my wife would say if I would put those soft close hinges on her kitchen cabinet. Yeah, there's stubble coming off. Those razors are really good. Yeah, this is not a review right now. Those razors have been around for 60, 70 years. There are lots of fans. There are lots of people that... Oh, look at this. I missed an entire section here. What the heck? All right, let's do another pass. As you guys can see, I'm always just wiping down the remaining lather, and then I just lather over it. It's almost like I'm applying a pre-shave, and then I lather right over it. Oh, and the scent is great, and this light mentholation gives a little bit of a cooling effect of the skin. I like it a lot. Sorry for the water noise down here, but I didn't fill my sink quite full enough, I guess. All right, shall we change a little bit? Let's change it to a 2. Oh yeah, this is a click, by the way. It's not adjustable to whatever you want to go. You have to always stop at a click. So now we're at a 2. Yeah, get yourself a Gillette Slim or any of the other adjustables. Clean them up. And then find one that doesn't have any plating loss. If you can get a good one, 20, 30, 40 bucks maybe. Don't start polishing them too hard. The nickel plating is relatively thin. And if you take some metal polish to it, you might rub through the plating. I do have a bottle of polish sitting here. Let's see if I can get to it. It's right in the middle of my Lazy Susan here. It's Flitz polish. This is relatively gentle, but I would still take it easy. The nickel plating on the raw brass, you will eventually polish through that. And then the only thing to restore that is to send it into some plating service like RazorEmporium, for example. I haven't talked to Matt Pesarczyk in a while, but I want to try out one of their new slant razors, non-adjustable, the Sentry, I believe. It's setting too. This is a really nice, mild razor. That's kind of the nice thing about those Gillettes, that they actually start at a relatively gentle setting. So setting 1 and 2 is really mild. All right, I'm not going to do a third pass. I'm just going to do a little pickup here around my jawline. That's where I forgot something earlier here. This one here, or the Gillette Slim, are very good razors. Yeah, this is perfectly acceptable. And you can get easily under your nose. You can do all this detailed work if you have really fancy looking sideburns. Alrighty guys, let's rinse off real quick. I tell you guys, that was a lot of stubble. I had so much stubble here in my sink. The Gillette Fatboy here, where the Dorco blade took that down in a little over 2 passes, and I have absolutely no irritation. And I gotta tell you, if you have never tried Proraso Green, cream or soap, they make it in a metal tube. This is not it, but in a metal tube or in soap form. Get yourself, at least try it once. And if you don't like it, send the Proraso Green soap to me. I love this stuff. I told you I don't have the Proraso Green Aftershave, so we're going to use Thayer's Witch Hazel. This is the non-alcohol version with aloe in it. And this is really just like a water almost. And it's supposed to tone the skin, so it tightens the skin. And that's really good if you have like micro injuries from shaving. And you put that on top, it sucks it all together. And then once that is dried off, then I like to go to a aftershave cologne splash like this one here, for example, Awesome Sauce by PAA, which is actually aftershave and cologne. It's very similar to Proraso Green and has this lovely mentholated scent. Oh, and I love that stuff too. I like sometimes to just do Thayer's over my freshly shaved face so that the skin calms down a little bit, and then put the aftershave on afterwards to just have the, you know, the refreshing effect, but not the burning effect that you sometimes get from alcohol-based aftershave. So now I'm clean after just 2 passes, and this was a pretty quick video. Where are we at here minute-wise? 16 minutes and 26 seconds with me talking. So that's not really terrible, right? Get yourself one of those, pick up a vintage Gillette and keep it clean, preserve it. They're so great. I mean, I have a bunch of them. I only have the cheaper ones. I can't afford those fancy ones. But like here, a blue tip and a red tip. They're all not in brand new conditions, but they're in pretty usable conditions. Here's the later versions of the Super Speeds with the black anodized aluminum handle. They tend to corrode, and then eventually the tightening mechanism gets stuck, but I have 2 really nice ones. And my idea is that one day, when my sons are old enough to start shaving, they're gonna get one of those. And yeah, I have a bunch of different ones, including a shake and also a gem razor here, which I actually won in a giveaway. So vintage razors are fun, they're inexpensive. Oh, here's one of my favorites. This is a Gillette Tech, super mild, super easy to shave with, gives me a super great result. I love that stuff. I don't really shave with Gillette vintage razors all that often just because I have stuff to review, people send me stuff and I want to pass that on to you guys. But man, I tell you, those Gillettes, I don't know why Gillette ever stopped making those. They were so popular and they're still so popular. Just get yourself one. My recommendation for the day. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.